What's going on, everybody? Just showing you a little visualization action. Here to go over the media portion of the Ka-Fi Dashlink 4 system today. And as you can see, here's some built-in visualizations for the media player. Pretty nice, actually. You can skip through them, choose different ones. There's about 5 different presets. It'll show you some of the metadata information down at the bottom, which is always welcome, so you know what you're listening to. And you got a few to choose from for your equalizations, so a little eye candy never hurts. As far as the rest of the media player goes, I actually have my hard drive hooked up to this via USB 3.0, and it seems to pick up on it just perfectly fine. I pulled all my music in here, and I have probably like 40 gigs, and it actually loaded up fairly quickly, so I was pretty impressed with that. The media player looks really nice. It gives you some big buttons, all your options that you need. Next track, previous track, play, pause, equalizer, of course your visualizations, and then repeat, randomize. And then you got this cool kind of flow through, like you'd see maybe on an iPod or something. It is kind of neat to, flip through the different songs and such on here. The only problem I have with it is that it's not something you would particularly be doing while you're driving. It's just kind of neat to look at, because there's no way that you could see that or would want to try to see that while you're driving. But it's kind of neat it's there. One idea for it is maybe to have it expand to the entire screen while you're flipping through this, so you can actually see the little text on here. But that is one way to get through your music. And I'm not sure if it shows any of the actual album art on here or not. My music's so old, I wouldn't imagine I have any that has any album art. Honestly, I don't know. So a lot of my tagging information is pretty bad. But as you can see, I have a ton of music on here. It probably pulled this up all within under 5 minutes. And I would imagine it holds on to it when it goes into sleep mode. So shouldn't have any problem pulling that back up. Plays very quickly. Pretty nice to skip through. The one thing, I do wish I could call it up with voice controls. I do enjoy that. I can just say, play Linkin Park, play, artist, whatever. That is kind of neat. I'd imagine that there's some third-party apps that I can use to do that on here, so I'm not too worried about that. I'll check that out at a later date. If you're looking for equalizer functionality, there's plenty of presets here ready for you. Or you can, of course, set your own user choice data, refresh to your, this will essentially just take you back to your user profile. You can also, of course, set your fade and balance and your subwoofer. And if that's not enough for you, then there are advanced settings. So you can go in here and see all sorts of equalizer settings, reverberation, room size, sound field, dampening factor, wet signal. A lot of things that are beyond my scope of understanding. I'm not particularly an audiophile. I just like to set my crossover and use my preset or tweak my presets. So there is that if you are looking for something more advanced. I haven't really messed around with it. I'm waiting to throw this into my truck to test it out and see what it really sounds like. But, it's not bad. I just have a little desktop speaker here right now. The volume controls are very responsive, so that's really nice. You can click to mute. You can click to unmute. So that's pretty handy as well. Of course, you have all your standard media sources, Bluetooth, USB, SD card, radio, aux in, iPod, whatever you could want to hook up to this, you really can. The only thing I couldn't hook up was hook my phone directly unit and have it recognize it as a media source via USB. So that was a little unfortunate. Of course, you can still get to it via Bluetooth. The problem that I have with Bluetooth is if I have my... it's dependent on if you have your media player running or not. I don't, so if I'm in the car driving right now and I decide I want to listen to some music on my phone, now I still have to pull my phone out and start up my music player. And then, of course, I can't thumbs up, thumbs down, things like that. So that's a little unfortunate. I do like to listen to a lot of internet radio, but then again, I can always just tether to my head unit and load whatever app on here that I want, as far as Pandora, Slacker, or whatever, and play it that way, which is really great, really awesome. With the Parrot Asteroid Smart, you can't do that, or you can sideload apps, but they don't necessarily work. Unless they come off their app store, they don't work with their equalizer. It's very locked down. It's very frustrating. The fact that, that unit's been out for so long and there really hasn't been a whole lot more support for it. And the fact that this unit is open to the Play Store and you can put whatever you want on it makes it much nicer in that factor. So, that's pretty much it as far as I can think. If you guys have any thoughts or questions, go ahead and hit me up. But until then, I'll start looking over some of the navigation features and update you on that next.